And a top story at the hour, voting is underway in 288 assembly seats across the Indian state of Maharashtra, also in 38 seats in the second and final phase in the state of Jharkhand. Now, votes will be counted on November 23rd. Maharashtra is witnessing a fierce battle for power between the two major alliances. On the one hand is the Mahayuti alliance led by the Bharatiya Janata Party. It comprises the breakaway faction of Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar led NCP. On the other hand is the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance led by Congress. Uddhav Thackeray led Shiv Sena and NCP led by Sharad Pawar are part of this alliance. Now, voting will conclude at 6 p.m. local time. A total of 4,136 candidates are in the fray, which includes 2,086 independent contenders. The BJP is contesting in 149 seats, Shinde's Shiv Sena on 81 and Ajit Pawar's NCP on 59. The Congress has fielded 101 candidates. Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena with 95 candidates, and NCP led by Sharad Pawar has fielded 86 candidates. Now, speaking of Jharkhand, the India Bloc and the National Democratic Alliance NDA is locking horns in the state. Voting for the 38 seats is underway in 14,218 polling booths and will continue until 5 p.m. local time, barring 31 booths where it will end at 4 p.m. local time. Now, in the first phase, 43 seats went to polls and a turnout of 64.8% was recorded. Altogether, 528 candidates, which includes 472 men, 55 women, and third gender person are in the fray in this phase. Now, this includes Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, his wife Kalpana Soren, and leader of opposition Amar Kumar Bauri. Now, besides assembly elections in Maharashtra and Jharkhand, the Election Commission of India is also holding by-polls in 15 assembly seats across Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Kerala and Uttarakhand today. All right, for more on this, our principal correspondent Disha Shah is joining us live from outside a polling booth in Mumbai. Disha, good to see you. People of Maharashtra are voting to elect representatives to the state's 288-strong assembly. Now, tell us about the mood on the ground, and are people slowly coming in to vote?
Good morning to you and our viewers. It is an extremely important day here in Maharashtra because these polls will decide the fate for both the major alliances here, that is the Mahayuti, which is the leading power and government here in Maharashtra, as well as the Mahavikas Aghadi, the opposition side. And before going on into the details about how's the election mood like and what are the key battles and constituencies, here we are at a polling center where you can see that the voting has already started in a huge scale, and we can also see that how the people have come out in huge numbers. Specifically, it starts at 7 a.m. and it will end at 6 p.m. and already we are looking at a very large queue at this point in time. And the voters also today are also determined of the fact that whichever party comes into power, they should come up with the promises that they have made during the assembly polls and of course their agenda that we have been looking at a very long time. And here we are talking about Maharashtra, the state, why it is very significant and important, because it is always considered as a swing state. We have seen 3 chief ministers, we have seen 3 governments and 6 political parties in the last 5 years alone. So today's decision is going to be extremely crucial and important. And here we are talking about 2 major alliances, Mahayuti, the leading power, and the Mahavikas Aghadi. And most importantly, we are also talking about 2 big political parties contesting against each other. We are talking about NCP versus NCP, which is contesting directly 36 seats in the western Maharashtra belt, which accounts for more than 40% of the voting population. And then we are talking about Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena, specifically in the urban centers like Mumbai and Thane, where there's a direct contest between the 51 seats. And both the alliances here, especially especially the Mahayuti as well as Mahavikas Aghadi, have been geared up. They have prepped. We have also talked about the key constituencies and the battles, which includes from Nagpur all the way to the agrarian belt like Vidarbha and Marathwada, where the Marathwada voters constitute more than 40% of the voting population. So that also is going to be extremely crucial to see how the voters go out and vote there. And then when we talk about the urban centers like Mumbai and Thane, we are going to see a direct fight between the Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena. So it is going to be extremely important and extremely, because here we are going to see how the Mahayuti will try to retain his power and Mahavikas Aghadi will try to make a comeback. So that is something which will be closely watched today.
Right, that's very interesting, Disha, and you've briefly explained us all the aspects of this very special election. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we'll be keeping track of what happens next, and of course, we'll have you again.